Hey guys, welcome back to Adventure Camping. Technical Nut here, and out back in Uwharrie. Had a day or so to be able to come out and camp, but we have a new guest and a returning member. So say hello to
Hello.
Jackson, and Baby Glock is back, y'all. We actually have her in one other video a couple of months ago, but I have not edited it yet, so it'll be posted soon. She will be posting it soon. I'm making her responsible because there was some things that need to be edited out. We'll just put it that way. But we got a bunch of gear right here, as you can see.
How dare you.
Both of those are packed full. I got a bunch of stuff that I'm testing over here. Some things that I'm continuing to test. Got a final test for a new tent. Just need to check for ventilation on this one. But I am going to be setting up an alternate tarp and cot just in case it's kind of miserable in there, because it is extremely waterproof, but now I just got to check for ventilation. All right, guys, I'm going to help him learn how to set up camp and remind her how to set up camp since it's been a while.
I remember.
Really?
Oh,
I think.
we can see. I'll let you know how it goes. All right, guys, so as I said before, that I'm doing the final test of a tent. I've already filmed the all beginning part of the video, showed how waterproof it was, all that kind of stuff, so that's why I'm going to use this tonight, actually staying in it. It's called the Camel Crown. It's a two-person single wall tent. First time I set it up, I had a lot of trouble, so I'm going to do it again. For some reason, the GoPro at the time was overheating. Not sure why. I think it was a firmware update, because I did the firmware update and it hasn't happened since. So you're going to get two poles, the tent, and then this piece right here. And just like most of these poles, a lot of times they just kind of snap together. Sometimes they do it on their own. This one, the shock cord isn't as tight, but they're going to go in an X. I'll bring it a little closer. Through these sleeves. I will say the first time I set it up, it did kind of get hung up a lot. So we will see if that's the case again.
Do you need any help with this one?
I may need you to. Let me start running it through.
Okay.
Actually, if you can pull that
Yeah.
tighter. And then run it into that little tube that's directly across from it.
Let's get this back together.
Yeah.
It's out the other side.
Okay.
It goes in this little connector thing.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that side.
It's in.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and say this went way easier having a second person being able to straighten that out, because setting it up by yourself, you have, when it keeps bunching up, you have to keep doing all that yourself. So that was way faster than the first time. And here's something that I learned when I set it up the first time. It took me a few minutes. Let's go ahead and put this one in. And the key on this one, like most other tents I've ever owned, you stake it out and then put the poles in and stuff like that. This one, you almost can't do it if you stake it out first. So it's much easier to get the poles in.
How bendy is it?
They're pretty bendy. Looks like it's bunched up right here. There we go.
Almost feels like it's about to break.
Yeah, they always do. But they're meant to be real flexible.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to get this.
You just gotta force it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I got that now.
Let's see if I'll get this side first.
Okay. So, is it caught up over there?
Nope, that's good.
There we go.
All right. So, that was with 2 people. So you can kind of see the issue. Now this one comes in at an extremely good price point. So this is one of the things that you're just going to have to consider when buying a tent. As I mentioned in the initial review, or the opening of this, is that this is only 3 pounds. So it's a very good weight. Typically buying tents of that weight, or tents of that same weight, you're going to pay a lot more money for, so depending on where your budget falls. But we're going to determine on this trip, because it's 12:25 and I'm pretty sure it's probably already 90 degrees.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to get up to 96 or 97 today. So, and I'll show you why I'm kind of questioning. This is a summer tent, but only, testing it will tell.
You want my opinion, the logo looks like the Campbell's. Like a cigarette.
It does a little bit, yeah. I'm almost saying it does. It's eerily close. And so, let me show you. You're just going to take these little hooks right here and put them around this little nylon strap. All right, now, before I stake this out, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the inside. So just like most tents, it does have the little toggle and loop to be able to roll your doors open. All right, so as you can see, you do have a bathtub floor. As I mentioned before, it is seam sealed all the way around on the floor up here. But again, single door. Your door and this right here are your ventilations, but you do have a hook in case you want to hang a light. So all of that is to the good for the most part, but as you can tell, there's very little mesh. So that's where my question of the ventilation will come around. Now I'll just stake it out. As you can imagine what a staked out tent looks like. But yeah, this is what we're gonna be sleeping in tonight. I'll show you the sleep setups that we all have a little bit later. But for now, Let me just stake this out and we'll get back to you. All right, so this is completely set up. I'm gonna try a cotton here, just cause I didn't have enough sleeping pads that were inflatable, and I have a foam one that I'm gonna give the baby Glock to go under her inflatable one just to make sure she's more comfortable, and me just laying straight on the ground, kind of gonna suck, but I'll do it. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna take you over to their setup and show you what they got. All right, so I've already reviewed this tent. I've used it many times. Well, not many times, but even after I reviewed it, I've used it multiple times. But the Featherstone UL2 granite two-person, the sleeping pads that they are going to be using. We have a Nemo, which this one is not mine. I borrowed this one from a buddy. I will look and see if I can find the model, but there's your Nemo. Doesn't give a model name, but I'll see if I can find it later. This one I got from Temu. Notice that they both inflate the same way. You can just use your foot. For this one that I got from Temu, I can't remember if there's a brand name to it at all or not. I can use the Flextail Gear Tiny Pump. I know there's newer models out on this one, but I got this one in a battle box and I've used it several times and it actually works really well. Just to give you an idea of it starting, just because I'm not going to bore you with watching a mattress inflate. Well, it only really takes about 30 seconds, maybe 45. But hopefully you can tell I need to stretch it out a little more. Just trying to get set up for the shot. Should have paid a little more attention. All right. Come on. So on this one, you have to press down just a little bit. This doesn't just, you can't just attach it and walk away. You do have to hold it the whole time. But like I said, it happens so quick that it doesn't really matter. If you're in that big of a hurry that you can't wait to set up your sleeping pad, then you got bigger issues. Hopefully you can see how it's going. Just a little bit. I guess maybe I am letting you watch me fill it all the way up. All right, so you see how it's doing. I'll bring it back in a second when they're both inflated. All right, guys, so we literally just got done setting up. And it's starting to rain. So right now we just started playing around with the slingshot I got from Battle Box. I haven't used it at all yet. This is our first time breaking it out.
And I like it. It's fun.
Jackson has figured out what not to shoot so far.
Almost got us bad hitting a tree.
Yeah. Apparently, even the clay shot comes back.
Rolled right back to my feet.
Oh, that one landed right over there.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Let me go get the can.
It's a pretty cool, really, pretty cool little slingshot.
He's gonna go get a can so he can shoot it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's not going to be a whole lot to do. I think the rain's supposed to go in and out. We wanted to do some shooting today. We still may be able to, just depends on what the weather does, how heavy it gets. So we are going to see. So we're just listening to my little, wow, supposed to be a solar powered thing, but I just keep, or AAA batteries, or it has a built-in lithium ion battery. So we've just been listening to the radio, hanging out. It even has a flashlight. So a good thing to have at camp, especially when you are like we are and you get no cell reception or butterfly reception.
Oh my gosh!
All right, guys, we'll get back to you in just a little bit when we have more happening. Oh, by the way, this is one of the tarps that I have recently reviewed, but I have not posted yet. Since I am using a GoPro, I'll give you a look at it in a second.
Dang it.
Just past it. So I got some lights strung up that I'm testing out. But this is the camo pattern. Trying to find a way to attach this to the trees required a lot of paracord and stuff. But we had a good feeling it was going to rain, so we wanted to make sure we got everything set up first. And now we get to stay dry. So we will be back with you in a little bit. So the rain picked up a little bit. I started trench warfare with the rain, but I lost. We're now all standing in a traffic puddle. That is everywhere. Yeah, that's my tent. Pretty sure if I didn't stake it down, it would float. But not a whole lot to do right now. Except hope the rain stops.
We should all sit in the cars and wait it out. Personally. Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. Put my raincoat in the tent.
Yep, so is mine.
Yeah.
So that's great.
And I'm supposed to be the prepared one. At least somebody learned. All right, guys, if anything exciting or else changes, we'll get back to you. All right, so the rain just let up after coming down like crazy. So I'm going to take a little walk down this way, see if there's any campers. I saw a dude pulling a razor, which I don't know what he thinks he's going to do with that, because there's a off-road vehicle track out here, but in a very different part, because here's just hiking trails. So a razor would not fit if you wanted it to. You'd have to take these service roads, but there's a certain point you're not allowed to drive past. So I'm actually kind of happy that I wore my Chacos instead of any kind of boot. This way my feet will dry out a little faster. Alright, so sorry I stopped filming there for a second, but I saw a couple of backpackers were coming towards me, and they were soaked, absolutely soaked to the bone. But like they were struggling a bit, had no rain gear, at least on. I don't know if they brought it with them, but you can probably hear the thunder. The rain just picked up for a second or two, then kind of died back down. My wife checked the weather when after it started raining, asking me how the weather was. Said it was supposed to be just pockets moving through, but that last one was pretty torrential. In case you can't tell about how the size of the puddle that we were standing in and that my tent was in. I did check it, get my raincoat out, and it was still dry inside. So that part is awesome. Now we'll see how it sleeps. It shouldn't be bad. Like, just because the temperature has dropped significantly since we got here with the rain, which it may sound strange, but look at that. I was really hoping that it would be hot so I could see how it felt, so I may have to pick another opportunity to use it. But I have a pretty distinct feeling that with as little mesh that was on the tent, that it would be great for summer. It sounds like people talking. There's a hiking trail over that way. Could be. All right, let me get to where I'm going and see what's going on upside the other side of this hill. And yes, the rain is definitely coming back. Get back to you in a bit. Got sidetracked for a second, but oh my goodness, look at the size of that mushroom. Give you perspective. That thing is huge. What you were seeing, that razor that I saw, it's just one of the members There was 3 trucks that just passed me. Talked to them for a few minutes. A rescue squad. Guess they had to find a lost hiker. But they did, so good for that person. And good to have people like that that will come and find you when you need it. That's for sure. I'm sure it would be a very scary experience. But they said this rain is supposed to last until about 7:30. And so, time check, 4 o'clock. We may be eating a little late because it's going to be hard to find a, like I just got like a butane stove, like we brought backpacking meals, a spot to put it where it's not sitting in water, to be able to use it. We'll figure that out in a little bit. We may just do some snacking up until that point. All right, I'll let you back in when I talk to my peeps. All right, guys, we are back. We hit another torrential downpour. Tarp started coming down, snakes coming out. It was quite the adventure. Baby Glock was trying to dig a trench, slinging the mud on me because I was standing there trying to hold the tarp. So now the rain's let up, we're actually able to cook. So I am having lasagna with meat sauce. Jackson's having
Chili mac with beef. I'm very excited.
Baby Glock.
I'm having beef ramen.
Beef ramen with the Boost protein shake. So we still got a lot of stuff to test. I got a light hanging behind here. Yep, this is a Lucy I got from BattleBox as well. Couple from Defiant Work Lights. It's gonna be like daylight down here in a little bit. My parents gave me this Hyper Tough 900 lumens. This thing's been pretty cool. And I got a couple hanging up. One's the string lights I've had in a couple other camping videos that I probably still haven't posted. But you'll probably get to see them in a little while. And a lantern that I've been using for years. So we're starving out. We actually had to spend time in the car.
It was so
just because it was
bad.
raining so hard. Like, as you saw from one of the previous clips, this place was just nothing but a lake. There was a tiny or a small puddle about this big at the very front of my tent. I got that out. Rest of it's completely dry. So even not having a ground cloth has prevented most of it from getting wet, like just really by the door. So, all right, I'm starving. Our food is cooking. It's almost ready. We'll get back to you in a little bit. Okay, guys, gonna be going to bed in just a little bit. We actually went for a hike for a little while when the weather finally actually cleared up. So I had a good time going exploring a little bit. Came back here, just hung out, had a good time. Baby Glock and Jackson just went to bed, so I'm gonna hang out here for just a little bit and then be heading ahead soon. So we will see you in the morning for more of the adventure. Just take all of the trash and put it in the cooler, because then I can just throw it away at home.
Do you believe in Slender Man? I'm not. Slender Man.
I'll carry the other side. Okay, well, you gotta let me get a grip on it first.
Huh?
All right, guys, we just got back from shooting. We're about to pack up camp. Everybody's doing good. We shot some, what was it, 22?
22, 9mm.
And the 9mm. It was pretty cool.
Camping trip was a success. We did get rained out at some points. However,
Flooded might be more accurate.
it was a drench. There was a little bit of a lake situation going on for a little bit, but I did use the shovel. I got us out of it, and we all ended up being fine, except for my dad's foot. I did get mud on that. However, we're gonna pack up, and then we'll be headed out. Probably. Anybody have any last remarks?
All right, guys. Hopefully this will be posted soon. So in the meantime, be prepared. Have fun.